mostly used to work better on your conversational skills and your spoken English. Just keep this in mind. If you know them, if you know their usage, you can improve much on your speaking aspect. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to be sharing the screen with you with the most commonly used delexicalized verbs, the verbs that form collocations in English. We'll have a look at them, how they work and what they do, and then we can, I will ask you to, I'll ask you a few questions and you can answer them if you've understood them well. So whoever is hosting the meeting, can you please give me the host rights or co-host rights? I'm not able to share my screen. All right, just a minute. Okay, it's just a minute. I will have to make a call for this. Sorry about this. Please give me 1 minute. Hey, Ashwari, I'm so sorry. The host has not given me the co-host rights. I'm not able to share the screen. Yeah, just let him know. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Anyway, so till the time the person does that, what are the main delexicalized verbs in English? Any idea? Yes. Anybody? One you have on the screen. Any other delexicalized verbs that you know of?
Have, has, was.
They are not delexicalized verb. Am, is, are, was are auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. Delexicalized is a very different category. Okay, so they are the ones, they are mostly useful for forming collocations. But besides that, the meaning of delexicalization is that the verb loses its meaning. As a lexicon, the verb does not have any meaning anymore. The meaning is taken from the adjoining noun. We'll take a look at it and you'll understand it better maybe. So look at the first one, have. Do you see that on your screen? Right? The first one you have is have. Okay. Now, what do you see? You can use the delexicalized verb have along with, hello? Yeah, yes, it's done now, it's done. Thank you. Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry. So have can be used along with food and drinks, right? So for example, have a cup of tea, right? Have a meal. Okay, so the first collocation that it forms with, or the kind of the area, the kind of things that it can form collocation with, is the food and drink category, right? So a cup of tea, a meal, have a cup of tea, have a meal, have your breakfast, right? So these are all examples of the first category. The second one is have plus the nouns that are related to talking. Okay, so here even in food and drinks, we basically talking about the combination between this particular verb have, right? This have, and then plus the noun, which is in the category of food and drink, here a cup of tea. So have a cup of tea. Similarly for talking, the nouns that are related to talking, plus the verb have. So you have a chat, have a conversation. Okay. So that is the other example. The third category would be of a noun that is related to washing. Okay. And the resultant collocation will look like have a wash. Okay. Have a wash or have a shower. Right. The fourth one here are nouns that are related to disagree. So have plus the combination of nouns that are related to disagreeing. So have a fight, have a quarrel. Okay. And then the final one that you have there is nouns that are related to resting. Okay. So example have plus a break. So you have a break. Okay. So if you pay attention to the categories that you see around, the categories of nouns that can form collocation with have, the delexicalized have, you'll see that most of them are related to your day-to-day activities, right? They are in some sense or the other related to your routine or something that someone performs every day, something that is related to habitual actions. Okay. It is mostly from your personal life. Okay, your day-to-day life, which is why I said that most of these delexicalized verbs are quite good with respect to helping you in improving your speaking. Okay, now this is the first verb. So have plus noun, and we've looked at the combinations or the categories of noun that can have combinations with have. Now the second one is take. Okay, the verb take. Now, take is a very commonly, we know we keep using these verbs every now and then. It's just that sometimes we use them wrong because we do not know what it forms a collocation with, right? Last class, we spoke about the difference between take a class and give a class, right? A lot of us have a habit of mixing these two things together. We do not really understand how to use them. Yeah,
Yes.
take a test. So take a class and give a class have two different meanings, right? We discussed this in the last class. If you're giving a class, essentially you are teaching. If you're taking the class, then you are listening to the lecture or you're listening to someone else teaching you. So there's a difference between the uses. They're not one and the same, right? Or look at something like giving directions to people, right? Turn to your right. You can ask a person to turn to their right. But if you're driving a car or you're driving any other vehicle, you don't tell them turn to your right, right? So why? Because English distinguishes between the vehicle and the person, right? So if you are a human being, it is considered that you can turn to your right, but the vehicle does not. The vehicle has to be turned to the right by somebody. It does not turn on its own. So if you're talking about if your reference of using that phrase is with respect to the vehicle, then you will have to say that at the juncture you will have to make to the right. Okay, so if you're giving directions, you'll say at the junction or from the junction you will have to make to the right. Okay, you don't say turn to the right. Turn to the right is usually used for people, not for vehicles. Okay, so these are very subtle distinctions that the very small subtleties of language. They're language specific, right? It could be okay for you to speak like that in your language. Turn to your right could be something that can be used to both a living body as well as a non-living entity in your language, right? But not the case for English. It distinguishes between what can be used with a living creature and a non-living entity, right? So these delexicalized verbs are very, very important in that sense. Okay, they're very small, they look very simple, but then they're very, very important for the language usage, especially in spoken English, right? All right, so now the second one that you have is take. Take is mostly used in combination with nouns that are related to resting and washing, right? So example would be take a rest, okay, or take a bath, right? Both can be used, right?
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. Can you repeat the the discussion on how it is different for a living and a non-living.
That was with particular reference to the collocation turn to your right. So when you're giving directions, this particularly happens when you're giving directions to people, right? So you say
Yeah.
turn to your right. So turning towards the right is usually in English for someone, for usually human beings, usually something that is living. Only if I'm talking to you, I can tell you turn to your right, right?
Okay.
That's possible. But if you're driving a vehicle and if I want you to take the next right, suppose, then then I cannot say turn to your right. That's not how it works. I'll have to tell you, make it to the right, because in English, uh, the car or vehicle that you're driving and you are treated separately. They're not treated as one and the same. So you turning and the car turning are two different things. If you are turning, yes, you can say turn to your right or turn to your left. But the car does not turn because it cannot turn on its own, right? Somebody has to turn it. So in that sense, when you're giving direction, you're basically saying you take your car to the right. That's what the person intends to say. So in such a situation, the right expression to use would be make to your right or make to your left. Okay. So
Okay.
basically saying that take your car to the left direction or take your car to the right direction. Okay. But if somebody says turn to your right, the reference is to you. You turn to the right. You move to the right. Get it?
But make it to your right also means I'm talking to you only,
No,
right?
that is what I'm saying, that probably that's how you would think, but that's not how the language treats it. It treats you and the vehicle differently. Okay, that's a
Okay.
simple point.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, just one question. If we say take right,
Huh.
then what we are referencing to car or a person?
That is not usually like a very proper expression. These are what we call as Indian expressions, Indian English expressions. Some of
Okay.
them have become very prominent
It's
in our
like
language.
you take right.
Yeah.
It's like
Sorry.
you take right.
Huh.
It
Take right
refers
from the
like
left.
you take right.
Yes, yes. So if you're saying take, then you will have to say uh, take your right side road or take your left side road. Okay. Take to your left side street. Take to your left side right side street. Okay. If you are telling somebody, then you can mostly say turn to your right. Okay.
Okay, ma'am, but I have one question. Means if you means in Google Maps it said take the left turn or take your next left turn. It says like that.
So what does it say? Take the left turn, right? It is not talking
Yeah.
to you. It is talking about the left turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is basically based on if we don't use any turning, then it's we should
Yes.
use
The
make.
only difference is their turn, the one that you're telling me, take to the left turn, their turn is not used as a verb, no? That is used as a
Yeah,
noun,
they
turn.
don't use.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, got it.
All right. Fine. So now, along with the combinations with resting and washing, right? Nouns related to resting and washing, the word take, the verb delexicalized verb can also appear with the bunch of words that you see towards your left hand side, right? So take care of, take turns, take a turn, right? The one that you are asking right now. Take your left turn, take a turn, take trouble, take the trouble, take a chance, take a risk, take a decision, take a photograph, right? All of this can appear with these bunch of nouns as well, okay? But those are like that combination would mostly belong to the verb noun combination. Remember the last class we talked about play tricks, right?
Yes.
Set example, huh? Right. So
Then,
that
ma'am, take five also the saying, na? Take a break, kind of
take a
take
break.
five,
Yes,
take
take a break.
take five.
All of them belong to the larger category of the verb plus noun combination. But with
Okay.
respect to the delexicalized usage, it is mostly related to the nouns of resting and the nouns of washing. Okay, that is the point. I just wanted to bring that in because I didn't want you to forget about the common word class collocation that we did in the last class. Okay. So now, so we have looked at have, we have looked at take. Now we look at the next delexicalized verb, which is give. Okay. Now, what is give used with? It can be used with nouns that are related to noises. So give a cry. Okay. As an example, give a cry. Somebody.
Give a
Give a-
cry. What does it mean by that, ma'am?
Sorry.
Give a cry. What does it mean by that?
Give a cry is basically an expression, a very informal expression used to someone, who has screamed. Okay.
Okay.
An informal expression used for scream is give a cry.
Okay.
Okay. Give a damn. No. So that is what I'm telling you. Don't confuse them with the overall, the larger category of verb plus noun combination. This one is used particularly in the delexicalized variety, right? So you can't give a cry. Think about it. Can you give a cry to somebody? Or can you give a smile? Can you give a kick? That's not possible, right? So what does this mean? The verb is completely neutralized here. It does not contribute in any sense to the meaning. The whole of the meaning comes from the noun. Give a blessing, you can give blessing. That's possible. But give a cry, give a smile, that's not possible, right? So, which is why these verbs are, the usage of this verbs here is very specialized. They are not contributing in any sense to the meaning. So, when you use give as a delexicalized verb, you will mostly use them in the senses that you see around it, with nouns related to noises, nouns related to facial expressions, related to hitting, related to affectionate actions, and talking. Okay, only in these categories of the nouns will you be using give as a delexicalized verb. In that, it is possible to use give with other nouns, but in that case, give won't be delexicalized. It will also be contributing to the meaning. That is the difference. Okay. Yes, give a tough fight. Correct. So look at this. The first one is noises. So a cry, give a cry. Second one is the nouns related to facial expressions. So give a smile. Okay, he gave me a broad smile. Okay, you can add other things to the expressions. Like when I say give a broad smile, I have added an adjective to the noun smile. That is no problem. Okay, interference of other classes is not a problem. The idea is the combination between the lexicalized verb and the noun. Hitting. Okay, nouns related to hitting. Yeah. Give a hard time. Yes, that's also right. Example, a kick. Give a kick. Okay, give a kick. Now, affectionate actions. Example, give a hug. Okay, give a hug. And the last category that you have there is of the nouns related to talking. So, give an answer, give some advice. Okay, all of that are examples of the nouns that can be used along with the delexicalized verb give. Okay. Now, the next category, sorry, the next verb that you need to.
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. The give some advice. This is the normal thing. No, this is nothing
Sorry?
unusual. Give some advice.
Huh.
Just use. This is also a normal kind of thing. No, this is not a special make something.
Giving an advice involves talking, right?
Give some advice. Okay. Okay.
Give an answer, give a reply, give a response. Give an advice, give some advice. I mean, some or any or that doesn't matter. What interface doesn't matter. Just the verb and the noun matters here. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Then the next one you have here is make. Okay. The next delexicalized verb you have is make. Okay. Now, what is it related to? Oh, there should be something else. No, just a minute. Yeah, talking and sounds is right. And second one is not plants. I don't know why do I have that there. Oh yeah, it's plants only. Okay, no problem. Yeah. So the first category of noun related to make is the nouns related to talking and sounds. Okay, so it can have examples like make a comment, make a noise, make a sound. Okay, make a suggestion. So usually the one that is familiar to is give a suggestion, right? So give a suggestion is not wrong, okay? But in giving a suggestion, you are not using the word give, the verb give as a delexicalized verb, okay? So it's again answering the questions of people who have been asking about why, the previous one, what was it? Give an advice, okay, and the other examples that you've been giving me in the chat, why they won't be treated as delexicalized, though the exact difference is this. So give a suggestion is also a combination that is used between noun and verb, right? So that is not wrong, you can use it. However, the usage of the word give there is not used in the delexicalized sense. However, in make a suggestion, the verb make is delexicalized, okay? But this is a very commonly used use. No, not make a cake and yeah, make a call is fine, but not make a cake. Okay, so this is the distinction that you should learn to make between the general combination of verb and noun and the delexicalized combination of the verb and noun. Okay, right. So make a comment, make an inquiry, make a noise, make a sound. Okay, so that's the first category related with make. Then the second one is you can use the delexicalized verb make with nouns related to plans. Okay, so something that is planned. Any noun that comes within the ambit of something that is planned can be used along with make. So example, make plans, make a choice, okay, make arrangements, make a date, right? All of them are examples of the combination of delexicalized make and the nouns related to plants. Okay, now that is your make. Next comes the verb go. Okay, delexicalized go. Now go is this has only two categories associated with it, but this is like the this one will have the biggest of the list. If you have to sit down and make a list of how many verbs, how many nouns can go along with the delexicalized verb, the go is going to have a big list. Why is it so? Because look at what it is used with. Okay, the first category of nouns that goes along with go is ing verbs for common activities. Now, common activities could be anything. I've just given the example of cycling and walking. It could be anything. It could be shopping. It could be skiing. It could be trekking. It could be karting. It could be anything that you do. Any common activities that you do would be part of this, which is why the verb go in its delexicalized usage is going to draw a many combinations, right? It's going to have a very big list. Example, go swimming, go walking, go cycling, go trekking, go skiing, go horse riding. Okay, all of those are examples of the lexicalized verb go along with the nouns related to the first category. Go viral. I'm not sure about that usage. I have seen this, but I'm yet to make any authentic comment on whether that usage is correct. Okay. A lot of phrases have crept into the language through internet. All of them may not be the right thing to use. They may be okay in your conversational language, you know, when you use them as internet language, which is called, it has a name, right? The internet language has another name. So in that domain, it might be okay. It might perfectly be okay. Or in fact, maybe not being able to use those expressions can be counterproductive for you with respect to your social life. But when you move into the actual writing space or the actual speaking space, when you have to engage with people who predominantly speak this language, at least say some, even if the space is a bit of a semi-formal space, then usages of this fashion may not be taken very well by people. Difficult to talk about the wrongness and the rightness of its usage, whether somebody should use it or not is something that nobody should be prescribing about. However, in terms of standard language usages, those kind of usages may be considered wrong. Okay. Right. So, no, not go away. Away is not a noun. Away is a preposition, right? No. The second category that goes with the delexicalized verb go is the verbs to do with moving. Okay. So this one will particularly also have like a preposition along. So go for a stroll, go for a ride, go for a swim, right? So this combination is also possible with the delexicalized verb go. Okay. Now, but remember, the major category associated with go is always the first one, the ing verbs for common activities. That is where you're going to have this huge list of combinations. That one is the main category. The other one, yes, can be treated as a subcategory, but not that prominent. The last one you have here is do. Okay, now this do is also something that can have a huge list. It is mostly used with nouns that are related to, look at, you have three categories there. So the first one is the ing nouns, okay, which means the participle forms, ing nouns to do with work. Again, do the cooking, okay, do the washing. I have to do the washing on Sunday if I have to reach my work on time on Monday. Okay, I have to do the cooking all alone today since my mother is away. So do along with the ing noun forms. Okay, do the cooking, do the washing. Okay, this is one space that you can use it with. So any noun which is in the ing form and is related to day-to-day activities can also go along with do. Okay. Now the second category you have here is any nouns usually related to other forms of work. So for example, if you're studying for your exam, you can say, I have to do the preparation, right? Or I have to do the homework, like you have it on the screen. So that anything that is related to work that you do can also be clubbed with do. Okay, so do fits well. Like so, to give you an example, an out of the blue example, do the lunch. So if I ask the question, are you doing the lunch today? Basically means that the question is, are you cooking for us today? Okay. Will you be cooking the lunch for us today? So are you doing the lunch today? Basically means that. Okay. There, the reference is to the whole process, the work of the preparation of the meal, right? So which is why in that sense we say doing the lunch. So it can be treated as a noun that is related to work. Okay. Doing the lunch. Third one you have with nouns when it is obvious what the action is. When you have an obvious action to talk about. Okay, in that case also you can use the combination with the delexicalized do. What is the example? Do my hair. Okay, one example you have is do my hair or do your hair. Did you not do your hair today? Basically, the meaning is, did you not brush your hair today? Okay, or have you not done your teeth today? Basically means, did you not clean your teeth today? So what is the category of nouns then? The nouns when it is obvious what the action is. The action is very obvious. In that case also, basically brush your teeth or clean your teeth, etc. The main verb, the action verb brush or clean, etc. is replaced with the delexicalized do. Okay. That is what we are, that's what we're doing with the combination of delexicalized do with the related category of nouns. Okay, so these are the ones, very few. You only have about 6 of them, right? Which ones do you have? You have 1, you have take 2, give 3, make 4, go 5, and the last one is do. Sixth one is do. So about majorly about 6 of them, right? All of them delexicalized, desemanticized, basically meaning the ones with those of them have lost their meaning to the adjoining noun. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a few questions. Let me see if you're able to make a distinction. If you have understood this particular usage correctly by now, okay. Or what you can do is you can take a look at it. Okay, I will leave the slide for you to look at 1 minute each for all the 6 verbs. Okay, look at them very carefully, and then I'm going to ask you a few questions based on this. Let me see if you're able to catch up with it. Okay, so take a look at this. First, look at have, look at how they are used. If you have any doubts, you can ask them now. That's also, I'm open to that as well this moment.
Ma'am,
Yes, go ahead.
have a break or take a break?
You can say both, but they will mean different. That's all.
Uh,
The context is going to be different. That's all. Okay, so
okay.
One is for requesting, another one for order purpose, like
one,
command.
it's sorry, excuse me. Can you please repeat?
Have a break means I am requesting from other one. Take a break. I am ordering to someone. Take a break, like that.
It needn't be ordering.
Okay.
No, not necessarily. So, like I can tell people that I am taking a break. Okay.
Yeah.
You can say I'm
Then
taking a
what
break.
the exact difference between those two?
Okay, so the exact difference would be so I can tell someone that he's having a break. Okay, so if I am narrating the situation to someone else, then I can say that someone's having a break. Okay, but if I'm talking about myself, then I can say I'm taking a break. Not like a great distinction, but normally can be used interchangeably. But if you have to look at like a very subtle difference, then it is maybe this. When you're talking about others, you can say someone's having a break.
And talk about myself, then I will say I'm taking a
Yeah,
break.
take a break. Okay. Or, rather, I think the distinction
But
could also
this is
be, I'm not-
also, why don't you take a break? This thing is right or wrong?
sorry,
Why don't you take a break?
why don't you take a break? Yes, that is right.
Okay. Then this is also used, yeah, like we can also use it for you also, that take thing. Other person also.
Hasn't? Can you tell me the sentence? Then I can maybe look at it clearly then.
Why don't you take a break? Just like
Why don't you
asking
take a break?
someone.
Okay, fine.
So take thing we are using in this thing for other person, not for myself.
So this is more like an advice, right? You're asking the person, you're advising the person to take a break. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is again about you only. You are the person who's trying to give the advice, not necessarily the other person, right? The pivotal point is still the person who's speaking.
This is an advice. This is not a statement. That's why you're saying. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So taking the break, no, mostly it is related to you only. Okay. So whenever you're talking about yourself, then try to use the expression taking a break. I am taking a break. Okay. He's taking a break is not wrong. That is fine. But then see, he's taking a break, you're reporting. Essentially, that person is the one taking the break. You are just talking about the fact that they're taking the break. That's all. Okay. So if you are the person, if you are the first person, you are talking about yourself, then rather than using the expression have a break, I'm having a break would be a wrong. Maybe not grammatically wrong, but it's not, usage wise a very profound statement. It's not very commonly used among the native speakers. They
if
may
someone
not
saying I'm
approve.
having a break, this is not.
I'm taking
we should
a break.
not use this kind of thing.
I'm taking a break. Yeah, I'm taking a break. Sounds not sounds. It is the appropriate usage of the expression with the correct intended meaning. Okay.
Okay. The same thing is applicable also. Have a bath and take a bath.
Have a bath and take a bath will also be some sort of that kind of an expression. But the same can happen with shower also. Have a shower and take a shower. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Take is the one that you can go with rather than have. Okay. Especially when you're talking about yourself.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Oh, no problem. Then, okay, so if you have looked at this one, then let's move on to the take. Just oh, that is an interesting distinction. Somebody tells me that, oh, that could also be possible. Both the expressions that we are referring to, take and have, they're right, but the distinction is apparently based on the variety of English. Okay. In British English, people would prefer using the expression have. So have a shower, have a break, etc. But for American English, it is mostly take. That can also be one form of distinction. Yeah,
Okay.
which means both can go. Grammatically, like I told you, both are correct. The differences would be the way people use it. So one distinction that someone specified to me is that the differences between the varieties. Americans do, they have, they are more, the more commonly used expression there is take a break, have a, sorry, take a break or take a shower, etc. But in British
Take
English,
up, take
yes.
take 5. This kind of things they're using.
So in British English, but it is have. They use have. I am more, yeah, I am more used to the usage of have a bath and take a break, because but now none of us are following like one variety of English. We have their varieties and we have our varieties mixed up. So
Yeah, everything is mixed up. The
yes,
UK English and
but
US
these
English
are
all.
okay. These are equally replaceable ones, so you're not going to be penalized for using them. But expressions like give a class and take a class and all should be taken care of. Okay, they are wrong.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right.
totally different.
Yeah,
Meaning is
that's different.
totally different.
Correct.
Oh.
Okay. Now the next you have is give. Please take a look at that.
Ma'am, go slow. Is this kind of thing or just a normal phrase? Normal.
Go slow.
Hmm.
Go slow is what an example of verb plus noun. No, no, no. It's
No.
not. No.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Please look at make now.
One minute, ma'am. This make a cry thing is not clear to me. How we use that thing?
Make a
Cry.
make a
Give a
cry.
cry. No, sorry. Give a cry. Yeah.
What isn't clear? You can use
How we
the
use that thing on the context and what context we use this thing.
what context you can use. Okay, I can give you an
Yes.
example of. I'll give you a sentence where it can be used, so maybe it will be clearer to you. Give a cry. I thought give a cry was a very common expression, so I put it in. Let's see.
Sorry, but I
No. You don't have to be sorry. I can. We all have our own assumptions. We can be wrong too. So see, cry. When you use this along with give, you can usually what people do is they will use other adjectives along. So The expressions could be give a loud cry, give a low cry. Okay, so when the, say, look at an example, look at a sentence like, as the train halted onto the platform, the wheels gave a loud cry. Okay, basically what we are meaning is that the meaning is that it screeched. Okay, there was a screech as the train halted. So instead of using a give a cry to his friend,
But we can use this give a cry to the thing or a person.
oh, you mean do you use that expression for a living, for
Living thing or non-living thing or both?
Oh, both. You can use it for both. Yeah.
Okay.
He let out a loud cry in pain. That's also correct sentence to write. So you can use it both for.
Then the hawkers also give a loud cry to sell something. Also, this is also used. We can use.
Yes, to give a loud cry, and all of these people can also use along with the other things. The example that I gave you about the train, right? Can be used for both. No problem.
Okay. Thank you. This is totally new for me. This, but that's why.
So this is new. It's good. Please follow upon this, because this is going to be really helpful for you when you learn language. This is actually the easy one to do, but don't cry to give up. Cry to keep going. Okay, I don't know how that is used in this sense, but thank you. I'll look it up. Yeah. So to you, please catch up with these. Okay, and since there are only 6 of them, it is easier. If you understand the usage well, you can the possibilities that you can have with these 6 combinations, these 6 verbs with the combinations is vast. It's very huge. So that will add like a good number of expressions and vocabulary. Everybody keeps asking, right, once in a while, how do you improve your vocabulary? These are some of the which you if you can concentrate, you can really do well in. The other individual words that you see in the dictionaries, they are tough. They are not going to stay with you, since they are mostly related to your day-to-day life.
Daily life, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I hope you have looked at make. Now I would like you to look at do last, and then I will take up at least 3 or 4 questions from each of them, so that you get an idea of how it works. Okay, now listen carefully to these sentences and tell me how would you, just let me know what the verb is. Okay, I'm going to give you the noun in the combination. You just have to tell me what the right verb along with it is. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now the sentence is, in the morning, I like to go for a long run and then dash a shower.
Take a shower.
In the morning, I like to go for a long run and then
take a shower.
A shower. You can leave your answers in the chat. Take a shower. Okay. And what else? You can say have a shower also, like we discussed. Okay. So take and have. Yes. Right. Everybody who says take and have, you are right. Okay. Good. Now, the next one is, how was the party? It was fun. Rob and Greg dash a argument about football as usual. How was the party? It was fun. Rob and Greg dash an argument about football as usual. You're right, but what you're doing is you're not inflecting the verb have. So remember, yeah, right. Sneha, Ronak, you are right. Both of you are right. Had, right? So it was fun. Rob and Greg had an argument about football as usual, not have an argument. So remember, they are only delexicalized, right? So they're still grammatical. So you'll have to make the changes to those verbs according to the tense and whatever else that you see in the sentence. Okay. Yes. Fine. Now, one more. We'll look at one more. I met up with an old friend last night and we dash a nice chat about our school days. I met up with an old friend last night and we dash a nice chat about our school days. Had a nice chat. Okay, right. Most of you are right. Answer is correct. Had a nice chat. Okay. So, what is this related to? So, had a nice chat, had an argument, have a shower. If I'm relating that with.
Related with past then.
Sorry?
Related with past, that is, that work is done. Like it's finished.
Had an argument was related to this one, right? Disagree.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
have a fight, had an argument. And then the other one was, what's the other one? I run and then have a shower,
Okay.
right? Related to washing. Then the third one was, I met up with an old friend. The argument, no,
Chat.
just
We had a
nice
chat.
Correct. That was related to
talking.
right? Yes. Okay. Now we look at take. I'll give you.
Ma'am, can I ask something?
Yes, go ahead.
Having a nice chat. We were having a nice chat. Is this wrong?
Having a nice.
We were having a nice chat. Just
We
on
were
the
having a
context.
nice chat. That is correct. That's okay.
So we can use having also in place of
Yes.
had.
You can bring any inflection to the verb have. Okay. As long as it is grammatically correct, you can do anything with it.
I'm saying that in that context that you were saying, then in that this is possible that we are having a nice chat, because you are saying that had is the right option. So if we use we were having nice chat, is this right or wrong?
In that context, it is wrong because there is no sense of progression or continuity in that statement. The statement is, I met up with an old friend last night and had, right? You met the person last night. So there is no question of writing or having there, right?
Okay.
It's in the past tense.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Right. So, okay, now the next one is if you want to succeed in business, you have to be ready to dash risks.
Take.
Take.
Ready to take.
Risks. Take risks. If you want to succeed in business, you have to be ready to take risks. Now, going to work in another country was a difficult dash. This will need some rearrangement. Okay. Going to work in another country was a difficult. Take is the answer, but what will you add along with it? Decision to take. Okay, so this is basically take decision that has been slightly rearranged to fit the structure of the sentence. So, going to work in another country was a difficult decision to take. Okay, let's look at one more example. Sometimes I like to dash. Sometimes I like to take a dash. No, we won't look at that. We look at another sentence. Okay, yeah, this one is good. We dash some great photos in Egypt. We dash some great photos in Egypt. Would you like to have a look?
Had. We had.
Mhm.
Took.
Took. You took a photo, right? That is the usage. Took. Right. Don't you see this here? We have it here, no? Right on the left hand side. Take a photograph. So we took some great photos in Egypt. Would you like to have a look at it? Okay. Now we'll move on to the next one, which is give. Okay. Or we'll do something else and then come back to that. Let's do this one first. Okay, first question. Did you know that Alan has a horse? He goes dash every weekend. You can take cue from what is already mentioned. Did you know that Alan has a horse?
Can you please repeat once?
Did you know that Alan has a horse? He dash every weekend. He goes dash every weekend. Okay, you can either say, no, not took or does or anything. You can say
Go.
goes. You
Goes.
either say goes horse riding or you can simply say goes riding every weekend. Okay, so since horse is already mentioned. So did you know that Alan has a horse? He goes riding or he goes horse riding every weekend. Now, next one. I am meeting Ivana later. We are dash for clothes. I am meeting Ivana later. We are dash for clothes. Going is correct. And what will follow? Going is correct. Going shopping. Okay. We're going shopping for clothes. Right. I am purposefully skipping the noun part here just so that you can, I just want to see if you are able to fulfill that requirement. Okay. So it's a nice morning. I think I'll dash. You can fill it up with anything. Okay. Which goes there.
Instead of going, I meant take to wash the clothes.
Sorry.
In previous sentence, like going related some sentence related to cloth. Here
Yes,
using dash word go. Go. Instead
So
of
the
go,
expression is going shopping. Okay.
going shopping.
Since it has R, the expression, sorry, the sentence began with we are. I am meeting Ivana later. We are. So definitely when you use go with it, it has to have ing because R indicates progression, right? So we are going shopping for clothes. That is how it has come about. Okay. You can't say we are go shopping for clothes. No, that's a wrong.
No, basically here I am using take. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. Taking to wash.
Yes. It's a nice morning. How did you fill that up? You can write anything actually there. It's a nice morning. I think I'll use the verb go and you can fill it up with anything you want. Okay, I'll go riding. I'll go skating. Okay, I'll go faring. You can do anything.
Ma'am, I can take a walk also. I can take a holiday.
You can say I'll go walking. Okay, instead of saying I'll walk, you can say I'll go walking. I'll go swimming. Anything. Okay. Right. Okay, so that's enough with go. Now we'll see what next we can do. Let's do this one now. Okay. So, question. Don't look so sad, said the photographer. Dash. Don't look so sad, said the photographer. Dash. What is it? Give me a smile. Yeah. Or give a smile. Yes, that's right. Give me a smile or give a smile. That's right. Now, what else? We'll do two more. My car won't start. Will you dash? Will you dash? My car won't start. What can somebody do if the car doesn't start? Usually, what do you see? Give me a ride is fine. Okay, that's also good. Give me a push, right? That's also go by walk. Will you, the sentence begins will you, okay? So go by a walk does not, go by a walk, not applicable here. Okay. So my car won't start. Will you give me a ride? Fine. That's good. Will you give me a push? That's also fine. Okay. Yeah, correct. Okay. Another one. When she saw the spider, she gave dash. Now, this is an example that you were asking for before, right? When she saw the spider, she gave, definitely give is the one that you use. She gave dash and ran from the room. A cry, gave a loud cry, or gave a scream. All of them would be right. Yes. Gave a loud cry, a cry, gave a scream. All of those are right answers. Okay. Right. That's an extremely good question. I'll dash in the next lesson. That's an extremely good question. I'll dash in the next lesson. Take. Answer it. So if you have to use it with give, then how will you put it? I'll give an answer in the next lesson, or give you an answer in the next lesson. Yes, you have guessed the thing correctly, but answer it is not how you use it, Mayank. You'll have to use it along with give, because we're discussing delexicalized verb. Okay, so give an answer or give you an answer. Correct. Okay, so we did give, we did do. Did we do? I don't remember seeing that. You know, the one with do. No, I think that should be the last one. Okay. So 3 more. Go to your room and dash. You've got a test next week, remember. Go to your room and dash. You've got a test next week, remember. How will you answer it? Yes. Do your homework, correct. People who are answering me with study and all that, I don't understand why. Take rest. Take rest. Yeah, that can also go. So do your study, do your preparation, do your homework. Yes, all of them are right. You can use them. Now, this is the next one. They have, yes, whenever we have a big family dinner, my mom cooks and my dad dash afterwards. Whenever we have a big family dinner, my mom cooks and my dad dash afterwards. So you can have two options here, right? You can either say, does the dishes. So my mom cooks. Yeah, do dishes. Of course, you'll have to change it to does because of the tense variation. So you can either say my mom cooks and my dad does the dishes, or you can say my dad does the washing up. Both are correct. Okay, you can use either of does dishes. Yes, does dishes, does the dishes. Okay, or does the washing up. Both are correct. Next will be, where's my red t-shirt? It's in the washing machine. You know, I always dash on Wednesdays. Where's my red t-shirt? It is in the washing machine. You know, I always dash on Wednesdays. So this is a regular activity. Do the laundry. Yes, or you can say do the washing. Okay, do the laundry or do the washing. Do they mean the same? Are they same? What do you think? Do the laundry and do the, not cleaning. Cleaning can be of anything, but particularly when you're talking about clothes, it should be either washing or laundry. Okay. Do the laundry, do washing. Yes, they mean the same. Okay, you can use either of them. Do the laundry or do the washing. Okay, fine. All right. So I will attach these questions along with your.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Sorry.
You just give those questions in PDF also so that we can solve it home.
What do you want? I'm sorry, you were not.
The questions you are asking us, can you
Yes,
give
yes.
those
Yeah,
questions
I
in
will put
PDF
all those
also?
questions in the document so that you can
Yeah,
have.
that's what I'm asking for.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So thank you so much, guys. PDF, it would be uploaded as the PDF wherever it is done now. Okay. All right. So thank you. I'll meet you next week. So we're done with the collocation part. You keep practicing on this one and the previous ones that we've already discussed in the class. Keep looking at them. Look at written works. Look at discussions or podcasts or some sort of conversations that you are able to listen to, and take cues from the ones that we have done in the class, and together they will definitely help you to build on the collocation part as well. Okay, so
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah, sure, thank you. I'll meet you next week and we'll discuss some other topic for the next class. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.